from, doing what a guy should do to being this nice guy and end up getting abused and mistreated by women. That was an internal conflict going on in me, of me trying to basically fight against my programming. Another thing, though, is even after a guy knows better, we go back to simping because it's safe. We know how to simp. That's it. We just know how. It's no different than why don't people go work out at the gym? Why don't people eat better? Why don't people, dress better? It's not a matter of knowledge. Arguably, we're the most knowledgeable society that's ever existed. We have access to information like no time before in human history. It's not a matter of information. It's a matter of, if I change, I'll have to do something that I'm not familiar with. And I'm familiar with being a simp. I'm familiar with being a nice guy. I'm familiar with doing the things that people want me to do to be acceptable. And I know what I get. Now, here's the twist. We get comfortable with it. It's kind of like, think about all the sayings we have in our world. If you can't be with the one you love the one you're with. Be content. Keep the car you have, and the devil you know is better than the devil you don't know.
Men's content now is challenging the status quo, because for 40 years, women have controlled the media. You look at daytime TV shows, you look at talk shows, radio, magazines, everything that you can think of, every kind of media, women have had their voices heard. Women have been free to express whatever they want to say on all of these platforms, even including social media, even including YouTube right now. There are so many more female channels than there are men's channels. This is why men's content is so important, because men finally have a voice that is so difficult to shut down. It's so difficult to shut up. See, a lot of these women, they just want us to shut up. They want us to be quiet. They want us to go back to the status quo of being a simp and just serving them. They don't want men to be men, because they want to be in control. They want to be in power of everything. And they just want men to go to work and serve everything on a silver platter to them on bended knees. Say, here you go. Take everything that I worked my ass off for. No. This is why men's content is so important, because men finally have a voice to say, this is what I want. This is my preference. And damn it, I am not going to be shamed for my preference. Shame, insults, guilt, need to be right is not going to work with us anymore, because we are not simping for you women anymore, because we have seen the results of our brothers, our uncles, our fathers, our friends, hell, sometimes even in ourselves, especially in your 20s, the dangers of simping, what it has cost us. A lot of guys have gone through heartbreak, gone through family court laws, have gone through bankruptcy, whatever, over simping. You're putting a woman before your purpose, and it should be the opposite way around. Put your purpose before women, because guess what? When you work on your purpose, the women will come running to you. Don't chase women, chase your purpose. Make something of yourself. Get you a high income skill, a high demand skill. Build yourself to a corporate ladder, director, CEO, own your own business. Make something of yourself, and the women will come to you. I guarantee it. I guarantee this will happen. Confidence, intelligence, assertiveness. Women will come to you. Make something of yourself. The money that you make does play a factor, because you can have all the confidence, intelligence, assertiveness, all you want to. If you're making $40K a year, it don't matter. You have to make enough to live on your own. Not in mommy and daddy's house or whoever, not in whoever's basement. You got to live on your own. You may not necessarily have to buy a house, but at least have your own apartment or something. So, by men speaking to younger men or of the like, it is challenging the status quo that women have set for the past 4 decades, for the past 40 years, and they can't stand it. How many times you go on social media and women saying, oh, we need to stop having all these podcasts. I wish people would just mute them, cancel them, this, that, and the third, because they want us to shut up, because we as men are simping anymore. We are holding these women accountable, and they can't stand it. What does Kevin say all the time? Accountability is like kryptonite. They can't stand it because for so long, they have not been held accountable for their actions, for their behaviors, for their decisions. And now with men breaking the change of this simping that has been going on for decades and now we are holding women accountable, they hate it. They hate it because they have to elevate themselves to meet our standards, our preferences, and our demands. Otherwise, we ain't gonna deal with them. If a woman's not meeting your standards, your reasonable standards, your preferences, leave her alone. Let her go deal with some lesser dude, because you deserve better.
All of these things are little subliminal cues to keep us stuck and content. So as a man, when you hear another man telling you, look, women like sex, women like men, women like confident, intelligent, assertive men, and they want men to act in a certain way that's counter to what we've been told, it goes against everything we know, and it goes against us being safe. That's why you get guys saying, I'm not going to do that because I'm afraid a woman will slap me in the face. I'm afraid she'll throw a drink in my face. Look at YouTube. YouTube is a great example. I am a professional menswear stylist, but I have a tremendous amount of information to give to guys. I have to think about the content I put out there because I can put some stuff out there that YouTube doesn't deem appropriate or friendly. I don't cuss a lot. I don't use a bunch of negative words, but even the concepts I'm talking about, they don't want me talking about this right now. Guys that talk about this kind of stuff end up having their channels demonetized, their views skewed off, their channels just aren't as popular. Why is that? Now, women who talk about women's stuff and women's empowerment, those channels get millions of views and subscribers, but guys that have the nerve to talk about, guy, put yourself first, empower yourself, be a man, take charge of your own life, be confident, intelligent, assertive, be learning, all that stuff, you would think that would be a good thing. No. It's challenging to the system we were raised. I was raised in that simp system. So I could go on and on and on and tell you story after story after story. But let me just say this. Because we are guys, let's just throw some numbers up here. Not to brag about anything, but by the time a guy reaches his mid-30s is when he really starts to understand what it means to be a man. By the time you reach 40, you really become a completely different person. You become a whole man. You know how to get stuff done. You know who you are, you're self-actualized. So in your teens and 20s, a lot of guys, we're about getting laid and making money. And it's easier to get laid to make money, so we keep score by stuff. I went through that phase to where, we had competitions to see who could score the most with women. And, simping, putting women ahead of your needs, putting anybody ahead of your needs is a bad way for any person to live. Every relationship I had where I actually suspended good, simple thought, and I decided to go ahead and put a woman on a pedestal, treat her like a princess, all these other things, you know what ended up happening? I was happy for about a month because she told me all the things I wanted to hear. You're like no other guy I've ever had before. You're so different. You're so this. You're so that. Then after that, after the new car smell wore off, that woman began to resent me. She had contempt for me, no respect for me, because when a woman knows that you will take whatever she does and let her get away with it, she had no respect for you. Simple as that.
See, this happened in my life, even with my ex-wife. I put her on a pedestal. I treated her like a princess. I gave her whatever she wanted, whenever she wanted. I did my best to please her. I sacrificed my happiness for her. And what did I get in return? Heartbreak. She looked at me she had so much contempt for me, getting cheated on, this, that, and the third. So many guys get done wrong by women because you are simping for them, because you are putting them on a pedestal. You're treating them like a princess. Again, defaulting back to what we were programmed to do as children. When you don't simp for women, women will do one of two things. They will either say, "Oh, please, you don't give me one-on-one. Fine, I'll go deal with another simp. Fine, let them go. Let them go." Or they will do the opposite and they will realize that, oh, this dude, he is a good man. He is not going to chase me like other men have. But if I don't fall under him, if I don't submit to him, if I don't come under his plan, his leadership, his purpose, he's going to find some other woman who will. So either I will fall in line or I will fall by the wayside. That's what happens. And that's when you know the kind of woman that you need in your life. When you see a woman that just dismiss you because you don't kiss her ass, because you don't simp for her, fine, let her go. Let her go. You don't want to deal with trash anyway, let her go. But when you find a woman that realizes the kind of man that you are, the kind of man that you have built yourself to be, that you have busted your ass for all in your 20s, some of your 30s or 40s or whatever, when you have made something of yourself, when you find a woman that's willing to come under your plan, your purpose, your vision, be on your program, be your helpmeet, that's the kind of woman that you need by your side. But make sure that you keep her on her toes and make her realize that I want you here, but I'm not going to chase you if you want to leave. If you want to leave, I will let you go and go on about my life. I don't want you to leave, but I'm not going to chase you either.
You out there being a sucker? So, and we're told, be upfront, open, honest with women. Tell her your feelings. No, I'm telling you, hold stuff back from women. Don't tell them everything. Do not tell a woman that, you know what, whatever you do, I love your dirty drawers, and you could do whatever, and I'll take you back. No. First-hand experience, that doesn't work.
Yes, telling women that you will accept them however they are, they can do no wrong, this, that, and the third. Guess what they're going to do? They're going to go out here and ride on the carousel and get with all these other dudes. Why? Because they know that you're not going to leave them, because you don't have the mental capacity to do it. You don't have the mental strength to do it because you're still simping, because you are simping so much for this woman. She's going to do whatever she wants to do because there are no consequences. She'll go out here, cheat on you. She'll get on Instagram. She will entertain all kinds of dudes in her DMs, this, that, and the third. Why? Because there's no consequence. You're not going to call her out on anything. You're not going to leave her. No, there's no drawback to her whatsoever. So she's going to do whatever she feels like doing. So when you tell women, oh, I will love you through anything, through thick and thin, this, that, and the third, no. You got to set boundaries, rules, guidelines. Look, you cheat on me, we're done. You entertain other dudes in your DMs, all right, fine, go be with them. I don't want to be with you. Don't tolerate disrespect. Let me say that again. Don't tolerate disrespect, gentlemen, because guess what? If the roles were reversed, would she tolerate that from you? Hell no. You got so many women out here want you to tolerate behavior that they would not tolerate from you. You got women monkey branch from one guy to another. No, if you with that dude, then you with that guy. Don't be monkey branching from him to me. No, because the minute that you get upset with me, you're going to monkey branch right back into him. No, no. If you're going to leave him and leave him alone. Matter of fact, you should have been left him before we even started talking. Do not accept anything that women would not accept from you. Do not do it.